This is Pohang, and if you live in Pohang or go to college in Pohang like us, the places you must visit are Yeongildae and Spacewalk, but you can't leave out Jukdo Market. Today, our production team is going to talk about the large-scale market, Jukdo Market, which has shared history with Pohang. Before entering Jukdo Market, we will briefly look at the history of Jukdo Market. Jukdo Market, traditional market that everyone in Pohang knows and foreigners must visit. But surprisingly, Jukdo-dong, where this market was built, was originally an island. At the mouth of the Gyeongsan River, there were 5 islands, of which Daesan, a swampy area with lush reeds, became called Jukdo over time. With the covering of Chil-seong-cheon and Yang-hak-cheon stream, the island gradually became land and people began to settle down. However, the biggest turning point that made the Jukdo Market what it is today was in 1917. With the emergence of POSTECH, known as Pohang Steel, POSTECH developed with Gyeongsan River in between, and Jukdo Market also grew together on the other side. The Jukdo Market expanded rapidly and became the living axis of Pohang's economy. As traditional markets declined in the 2000s, Jukdo Market started to modernize its facilities. Arcade was installed in 2005, and in 2007, it was designated a market revitalization district and brought back to life. In fact, what we call the Jukdo Market is a complex of 3 markets: 476 Jukdo Seafood Market, 158 Jukdo Dried Fish Market, and 707 Jukdo Agriculture Products Market. The operating end titles are different, but together they are responsible for Pohang's living and table. Today, Jukdo Market opens at 5 a.m. every day, attracting thousands of customers a day. A traditional market that is famous for not only its seafood, but also products like coffee and cake.
Jukdo Market, if you look closely inside, you can see how organized and complex it is. It looks like a market, but it's actually divided into 25 subdivisions. In the middle of the market, there is a sushi center alley with about 200 sushi restaurants. This place, where fresh fish are prepared and served as a circuit, can be said to be an alley of taste, representing Jukdo Market. And behind the raw fish center, the Muhyeon market is crowded from the morning, and the dried fish arcade is a street full of the taste of Pohang coast, like dry squid, anchovies, and kelp. Also, inside Jukdo Market, there are salted fish alley, food street, chicken and fresh meat street. It's not just a fish market, it's a huge food department store. If you've seen it so far, you might think that Jukdo Market is a food ingredient market. But it's not just a food ingredient market. From rice cake shop alley, hanbok alley, blanket alley, everything from wedding supplies to daily necessities. The market structure is well maintained in the form of an arcade, and the connection between zones is excellent, leading to a natural connection just by walking. In fact, Jukdo Market is tightly connected to raw fish restaurant alleys, dried fish arcades, foodstuff streets, salted fish streets, agricultural product arcades, 24 hours snow crab sashimi streets, kwamegi streets, and sujebi alleys. And another pride of the market, the food alley. From 곰탕, 국밥, 해장국, and sujebi, you can enjoy anything from simple snacks to a meal. Our crew will visit some of the restaurants in the food alley based on recommendations from a local college student.
Hi, we are production team, and we have just arrived at Jukdo Market. We are here to check out some of its famous restaurants, and our first stop is Un-Seong restaurant. Let's go.
Hee restaurant specializes in raw fish dishes. It's well known not only among locals but also among travelers. The restaurant gained widespread attention after being featured on the popular food TV show Backstreet Dining with Muhyeon. As you can see, this restaurant has been continuously awarded the Blue Ribbon. I'm already getting a good feeling about this place. Here's a look at the menu. We decided to focus on ordering mulhue, which is cold raw fish soup. Suyanghue's version is quite unique. It follows the gochujang, red chili paste style, but unlike the usual mulhue, it's not watery and has a rich, savory flavor that really stands out.
We just ate some vegetable after walking around for a while. We're definitely craving something sweet, so for our second stop, we are going to Semen Bakery, well-known cafe bakery in Jukdo.
Semin Bakery first opened its doors in 1949 as the very first bakery in Pohang. Back then, it was known as Simino. With over 70 years of baking expertise, Semin Bakery now offers a delightful variety of treats, from Valutinos, rice cakes, and sweet red bean buns to their signature Pohang-style madeleines.
It's getting dark now, so we are going to have a dinner near this 시민제가. Yeah.
Jangi Restaurant is a well-known spot famous for its oxhead soup or samorigomtang. It's popular among tourists and also quite familiar to students from our university. Even within the market, it's especially renowned for its hearty 국밥. This restaurant uses a traditional method called toryum. In the past, some eateries used toryum to warm and soften the rice by pouring hot broth over it several times. Jangi Restaurant is one of the few places that still preserves this old-school technique. It's been one amazing experience after another. That was delicious.
I was really satisfied with this today, and I was really happy to eat many foods. And how was it? How was your day?
It was really great experience for me too. Like the Jukdo Market have vibrant atmosphere and really rich history. When you walk through the market, it really comes alive, and talking to locals is such a great experience. Like visiting some restaurants and having really good tasting food makes our story more flourishing and great. So I really recommend you to come to Jukdo Market and experience those things with like us.
Alright, bye bye.
Today, we explored Jukdo Market and discovered its rich history along with Seoul's best local eateries. This market isn't just a place to shop, it's a living story of tradition, community, and flavor. We hope you enjoyed this journey with us and got a taste of what makes Jukdo Market so special.